I am just on a roll right now. Everyone is completely just hating my opinion on the Devil All the Time film, and you know what? I respect everyone's opinion, so that my review is already getting hated on, and now I gotta do a controversial film that people are just also talking about, so I'm just stuck in a pickle. Antebellum. This brand new straight to VOD film being released tomorrow, September 18th, which I gotta watch tonight, and I will say this, when the first teaser came out all the way back up in like January or so, I remember saying, that looks kind of cool and different, from the producers of Get Out and Us, alright, and the poster looked neat, and then obviously COVID happened. I at the movie theater had to tear down the poster, and then they said it was going to come out in August, and then it got straight to VOD in September 18th, which is tomorrow. I started to question, is this movie even worth watching? This film stars Janelle Monae, Janelle Monae, and Kiersey Clemens. The story is about a successful author, Veronica Henley, finds herself trapped in a horrifying reality and must uncover the mind-bending mystery before it's too late. So after watching this film, I did have to sit down and process my thoughts. I did not want to mess up in any of my wording, whatever, because I do not want this review to be anything political. I do not want people in the comment section really describing how my opinion or other opinions are going to be related to political views. This is a film. I am talking about the movie. I am not trying to discuss any of that. So, now talking about the movie, I will start my positives, and the first things first. I have 3 things that I for sure liked with this movie. Janelle Monae, she gives off a great performance. She is the most well-rounded character out of everyone in this film, and with her, she goes through the shit. We get to see at her high, and then we get to see her low. And I think she did an amazing job showing this character go from that high point to the low point, and seeing her character get through this terrible slavery and going through all this awfulness to her, and how it leads up to this weird and confusing and very something climactic ending, I could say. And I will say she is the bright spot. She is really good. I think she did a good job for her starring role. She's always been good in everything I've seen her in. So getting her seeing her starring role, I said give her a chance, and she nailed it for me. The other thing with this film that I really liked is the cinematography. The cinematography was actually done by the guy who did Don't Breathe. And if you ever seen my review of Don't Breathe, in my opinion, Don't Breathe, I really like Don't Breathe. And one of my favorite things about the movie was the cinematography. And in this movie, the cinematography is just as good. There are great, amazing frames in this movie, and how the camera is moved and how it sits on certain things, making the audience feel disgusted or gritty or terrified or any of that stuff. The cinematography is absolutely the reason this movie is even watchable for me at times, because the cinematography is perfect. And with that, it also brings me to my third favorite thing, and that is the score. I really like the score in this movie. It is pretty haunting, and I have to admit, I might have listened to it after, because I am a weird and dark human being. I love horror movies, even though this is not really a horror film, and the score definitely gave me those vibes. Now, with that being said, that is all my positives, because I think this movie is going to turn people off very, very quick. And I say this right now, if you cannot handle anything to do with slavery and rape and violence and killing and treating people like just complete shit, and you hate that stuff like me, do not watch this film, because the first 10 minutes alone will put you in that space, and the next 30 minutes leading up to the 40-minute mark, you are just completely like, this is just depressingly to watch, and it's just gritty and dirty, and it's not a good way. And the trailers and ads made this look like a horror film. They made it look like a Black Mirror episode into a movie. This movie is not scary. It is not scary at all. It is morally intense, violent, and more in a political aspect. It's trying to send a message to the audience and try to show this stuff happened, and I want to show it on screen. And my big issue is, it involves a minor little spoiler. The spoiler is, there is a moment in the film where it's a twist and something is revealed, And when that happens, the first half of this movie, it's only a 90-minute movie, it's like 45-minute marker, it's far in the movie. When it happened, I said, so everything I just watched was for shock value? It was just there? It didn't have actually true, actual character building moments leading into this terribleness that I'm watching? It felt like the directors and writers were giving you shock value just to make you feel that way. And I fucking hated that. I think the writers completely put the audience into this film wanting you to feel this way. And there's certain movies that do it right. Prime example, 12 Years a Slave. It's a movie that has this stuff in this movie. Except there's characters. There's beautiful acting character moments leading to those evil moments, but it's history. This movie 1000% felt like we want shock value. And that's what it felt like. And when this so-called twist happens, it changes the entire movie for me. And it makes me feel like just pissed off. And I'm sitting the rest of the movie thinking like, I don't care to watch this movie. I almost turned it off. And this ending happened. I will admit the ending was entertaining to watch because of the cinematography, the music, and the acting from Janelle Monae. Besides that, I was in utter just nothingness watching this movie after that happened. And it made me feel wrong. And there is a difference between watching movies that have this kind of brutality and scariness, real life stuff that happened in slavery, but they put it in a way of beautiful characters and showing you what they're trying to get across the message. This feels like shock value, and hey, our climate today and our political views, this movie will help you or make you make a conversation, and to me, that is not what I want in this film, and especially pisses me off how they market this movie. They marketed this movie as a straight up horror film. Like people, like I had a friend, when the trailer came out, they said that looks scary, that looked creepy, that little girl in the elevator, I want to see that movie. Now watching it, I'm like, that trailer told you we want teenagers, people to come watch a horror movie, but we're going to make you leave with a message. And I honestly thought this movie had me disgusted of what the writers were doing. The directors, I feel bad for them because the directing is not awful in this movie. It's really not, especially for their first film too. But man, oh man, was I felt disgusted after this movie. I am going to give Antebellum a D. I know the grade seems very, very low, especially for the good positives, because there is stuff in this movie that I like. Like, I honestly think this story, this whole, like, what they're trying to do, if it was better told and made and well crafted, this movie could have been a great Black Mirror kind of movie. 1000%. But it just wasn't. And I'm sorry if you like this movie, and I didn't. But that is just my opinion. It's okay. If you disagree and want to dislike this video, that is fine. I understand. And I respect your opinion no matter what, guys. And I love you guys so much. Hope you guys enjoyed this movie review. If you watch it, comment below and let me know. Because I do want to know, what did you think? Anyway, guys, I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.